Most of what you call stress is not the weight of your life. It is the weight of your attention being pulled away from you hour after hour until you barely recognize what it feels like to be inwardly quiet. Here is the promise. In the next few minutes, you will learn a Stoic way to see modern stress more clearly, so you can stop arguing with what you cannot control, reclaim what you can, and move through ordinary days with a steadier mind and a cleaner sense of meaning. Hard truth: modern life is not only demanding, it is deliberately stimulating. The world is built to keep you reactive because a reactive person clicks, consumes, and complies more easily than a calm one. Deep reflection. The Stoics did not fear difficulty, but they distrusted inner confusion. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, in a world of plague and war, not to escape pain, but to escape the additional suffering created by a mind that keeps insisting this should not be happening. The first reversal is this: stress is not proof that your life is heavy. It is often proof that your mind is resisting reality. Practical example. You wake up and before your feet touch the floor, you absorb messages, headlines, someone else's urgency. By breakfast, you have already lived inside 3 other people's priorities. Then you wonder why your own day feels like a room you cannot find the door to. Hard truth: we are exhausted not only by tasks, but by the invisible labor of performing a self. The modern self must be legible, impressive, available, and safe from criticism at all times. Deep reflection. Epictetus, who began life as a slave, offered a kind of freedom that does not depend on permission. He said, "The only true possession is the use you make of your mind." Another reversal: the goal is not to build a life where nothing threatens you. The goal is to build a mind that cannot be bullied by every passing impression. Practical example. You post something and refresh the screen, not for information, but for reassurance. A number rises or fails to rise, and your nervous system interprets it as belonging or exile. Your body reacts as if you have been judged by the tribe, even when the tribe is a glowing rectangle. Hard truth: much of what we call anxiety is imagination treated like evidence. We feel future pain in advance, as if rehearsing disaster could purchase safety. Deep reflection. The Stoics did not deny fear, they denied its authority. They trained themselves to separate what is happening from the story they add. Here is the reversal. Worry is not preparation. Worry is the mind practicing helplessness while calling it responsibility. Practical example. You read a work email at night and your chest tightens. Nothing has happened yet. No one has spoken to you. But you have already built a courtroom in your head, already imagined the verdict, already served the sentence. You are living inside a future that does not exist and paying real interest on an imaginary debt. Hard truth: the modern world sells you the idea that peace is the reward you earn after you fix everything. But everything never finishes. Deep reflection. Seneca observed that we are not given a short life, but we make it short by scattering it. The reversal is simple and sharp. You do not find calm at the end of your obligations. You find calm at the beginning by choosing how you meet them. Practical example. You keep a list, and the list keeps growing. You cross one item off and feel a brief relief, followed immediately by the next demand. The relief is not peace. It is the pause between alarms. Without a different philosophy, your life becomes a hallway where doors keep opening into more hallways. Hard truth. What you most want, security, approval, certainty, exists largely outside your control. And building your identity on what you cannot control is the most reliable way to feel threatened. Deep reflection. The Stoic dichotomy of control is not a slogan. It is a psychological boundary. Your judgment, your choices, your effort, your honesty, these belong to you. Outcomes, other people's opinions, timing, luck, these do not. The reversal. Control is not a matter of force. It is a matter of classification. Peace begins the moment you stop calling foreign territory mine. Practical example. You prepare carefully for a meeting. You speak plainly. Someone still misunderstands you. A part of you panics, not because you failed to act, but because you wanted to manage their mind. When you notice that desire, you can loosen your grip and return to what is yours: clarity, respect, composure. If these ideas are helping you think more clearly, consider subscribing and leave a thoughtful comment about what in modern life most often pulls you away from yourself. It's worth reflecting on together. And now the journey turns, because understanding stress is only the first half. The second half is learning a different kind of strength. The strength that makes modern life less loud inside you, even when it remains loud around you. Hard truth. The opposite of stress is not comfort. Many comfortable people are still tense because their minds remain dependent on conditions staying pleasant. Deep reflection. Stoic strength is not hardness, it is steadiness. It is the ability to feel pain without adding insult to it, to face uncertainty without demanding guarantees, to be disappointed without becoming bitter. The reversal. Inner peace is not fragile. What is fragile is the belief that peace requires everything to go your way. Practical example. You miss a goal, or you are rejected, or your plans are delayed. The first wave is natural. Frustration, sadness, heat in the face. The second wave is optional. This proves I'm not enough, or I'll never recover, or everyone is ahead of me. Stoic practice is not pretending the first wave is pleasant. It is refusing to drown in the second. Hard truth. Modern life teaches you to avoid discomfort as if discomfort were failure. But avoidance is expensive. It charges interest in anxiety. Deep reflection. The Stoics treated voluntary discomfort as training, not punishment. Not because suffering is holy, but because resilience is practical. The reversal is counterintuitive. The more gently you demand that life treat you, the more brutally you experience ordinary hardship. The more you practice meeting hardship, the less personally attacked you feel by it. Practical example. You take the difficult conversation instead of delaying it for weeks. You put the phone down and feel restlessness without immediately sedating it. You do the task while imperfect instead of waiting for the mood to bless you. These are small acts, but they teach your mind a crucial lesson. I can bear this. And the mind that knows it can bear things stops panicking so often. Hard truth. Many people feel trapped not by their schedule, but by their own compulsions. Compulsions to check, to compare, to explain, to be seen. Deep reflection. Freedom for the Stoic is not the absence of obligations. It is the presence of self-governance. The reversal. You are not most free when you can do whatever you want. You are most free when you can refuse what you want, when what you want is unworthy of you. Practical example. You feel the urge to argue online, to correct a stranger, to win a point. You pause. You ask quietly, what would winning give me? You notice the answer is usually a brief sensation of superiority followed by emptiness. Then you choose silence, not as weakness, but as sovereignty. Hard truth. The world will not slow down for your nervous system. It will keep offering you outrage, urgency, and endless choice. Deep reflection. So the Stoic does not wait for the world to become reasonable. He becomes reasonable. He chooses a few principles and returns to them the way a sailor returns to the stars. The reversal. Meaning is not something you discover in perfect conditions. Meaning is what you bring to imperfect conditions, through the quality of your attention and the integrity of your actions. Practical example? You are stuck in traffic and you feel anger rising. You cannot control the cars, but you can control what you make this moment mean. You can turn it into rehearsal, patience, perspective, the simple discipline of not making a bad situation worse by multiplying it inside your head. Hard truth. You will still feel stress. You are human. The point is not to become unfeeling. The point is to become less governed. Deep reflection. The Stoic aim is not a life without storms, but a mind that learns the difference between the sea and the waves. Events are waves. Your character is the C. The reversal is the final one. The most stressful thing in modern life is not that it asks so much of you, but that it tempts you to abandon yourself to meet its demands. Practical example. Tomorrow, when the first pressure arrives, you can practice one simple act of inner strength. Name what is yours: your judgment, your next choice, your tone, your effort. Name what is not: the outcome, the applause, the timing, the mood of others. Then do the next right thing without begging the world to reassure you. You will still live in the same century, with the same noise and speed. But you will begin to live from a different place, not from the frantic need to secure your image, or predict your future, or control your surroundings, but from the quiet authority of a mind that knows what belongs to it. And when modern life presses its full weight against you, let this be the thought that remains, simple and immovable. You do not need the world to be gentle in order to be at peace.